No one's FNCS week 1 was perfect. That's why I'm going over in this video all the mistakes me and my duo made in the tournament. And hopefully this will help you as well, because you might have made some of the same mistakes we did. If you didn't know, a big part of FNCS is mechanics, and if you want to get better mechanics, use my free build map that's just come out. You get 0 delay, trust me. Map code's top of the description. Let's get right into it. In game 1 we were rotating to zone when we made 2 crucial mistakes. One, we got beamed and we stopped for far too long. When you get beamed, you stop for a couple seconds, maybe pop a slurp and then get back on the rotate. The further you stop, the more you box out, the more people think you're a weak target. I also made the mistake of building in wood, which let other teams know that we could be shambles. Even though we weren't, we had so many slurps, we need to use our metal here, and that was my bad. In the next game, we made it to endgame once again. We had a really good early and mid game, and we actually took height in the endgame. You can see here, I still have quite a couple mats. We could definitely make this rotate. Ben has about the same amount. I think the problem here, we got a little bit desperate for a refresh. There were a lot of people near us, and Ben jumped in on someone, not knowing his teammate was nearby. Getting refresh is important, but not when we actually had materials to get to this zone. All we needed to do is hold on tight a little bit longer. And for example, this guy right here that I'm pushing now, this guy would have been a perfect target if both of us were alive. Because of this and the lag, I ended up going down there. In the game afterwards, we once again made it to endgame. If you guys want me to make a tutorial on how to make endgame consistently, I'm the right person to ask, honestly. We always make endgame. But we're on height again when we're shambles, and we look into jumping on his team and metal. We do an exploit and I make it in, but Ben doesn't. I think this just shows a lack of duo chemistry, because we both made it in, we definitely would have killed them there. And we just needed a little bit more timing in jumping in together. Ben ends up clutching a 2nd place here though, which is really good. W Siphon, honestly. This next fight was definitely a throw from me. We killed one of the teammates, we camped the reboot card waiting for the second one. This is a 2v1 situation and should never be lost. Neither of you should be going down in this situation. But as soon as he edits, I run in his face stupidly and end up dying. This is hands down one of the worst mistakes I've ever made in a tournament, and I guarantee it won't be happening again. This mistake in game 4 is another example of poor chemistry. So there's a team above me and I try to break out the window to get out. I start breaking out, but then I change my mind and try bait out the other way. But Ben's already come to try help me get out, and I didn't come to him that I was going up the other way. So I ended up getting taken down. Bad duo chemistry can really mess up your FNCS, and if you want to improve your duo chemistry, the video on screen in the top right corner is for you. On to the next mistake. It is unbelievable that we did not win this game right here. It's mainly because of bad ammo conservation. We both had pretty much 0 SMG bullets, and that meant we struggled to get a refresh when we were on height here. We should have won this game 100 times over, but instead we wasted our SMG ammo on little things like people rotating to zone, and we missed out our opportunity to get a refresh here. We ended up having to drop down, and I ended up spam building once I killed this guy, which meant I couldn't come back into zone. It was a silly thing to do, but honestly, them type of things can happen when you're in a high pressure situation, and I just need to get better at dealing with them. Some quick fire mistakes here. Awareness from the team coming from behind us. Our back was not blocked at all, leading to them getting a free kill. Right here in this endgame, once we got this kill, I managed to pick up all the mats by accident, and I was honestly too stressed to drop any mid-endgame, so I just tried to tarp for both of us, and Ben ended up going down. Better alternative here, definitely dropping mats, and I ended up going down very soon afterwards anyway. And finally, I want to talk about awareness and height. There's so many things you can do in this endgame to get up to our level of high ground. There are rifts around the map, and the rifts are exactly what happened. But apart from rifts, I've heard stories about people bouncing off the little bouncy things in the jungle to get on height, and it all works, I can tell you. And this means that height teams can struggle. We particularly struggled this endgame because someone found the rift in the rotating zones, and they were able to rift straight on top of us. We didn't actually realise how they got up to our level until we looked back in replay mode and saw them come out the sky. But we should have been more aware of our surroundings and heard the rift go off and instantly thought they're going to land on us. This was an easy win by us, and I don't know why we went down here. Honestly, bad awareness. However, one good thing was we made so many end games during FNCS week 1. We were super consistent with our mid game. We finished on 255 points. You can make end game consistently too with a good game plan that you can find the tutorial for on the screen right now. Go and watch it. It's a banger.